Welcome to Get Your Mind Right, Boots on the Ground, where we spotlight professionals in the field who have overcome challenges and how they work through them. Their stories offer real-world insights and tips for thriving in today's competitive landscape.
Hey, John Johnson here, and welcome to Get Your Mind Right, the world's only podcast devoted to merchant services and digital marketing professionals. Now, with me today is my guest, Austin Hoffman. Good morning, Austin.
Morning.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I appreciate you being on the show here with us, Austin.
Yep.
I tell you what, we're not going to have any delays, no hesitation. We're going to get right into it. Austin is the operating partner for Viv Digital Marketing Solutions. Had the privilege of knowing you for just over 8 years now.
Yep.
Time flies, huh?
It does, yeah.
So Austin is who drives all of our digital product line, the support of that, and the implementation of this. So we've got a multi-part episode in this series here that we're going to get after. So let's dig right into it. So Austin, I made some notes here for this. And as you know, first impressions matter a lot. And in the digital world, your website is the new storefront. So I really want to dig into that on what that means, not just to that business owner, but to their potential customers. What are the biggest misconceptions that when you're talking to merchants and clients that they have about their website and the import of it?
They focus a lot on design. They want it to look a certain way when it needs to be able to adjust to the consumer and who they want to be in front of on that side. So what I mean by that is the site can look pretty, but it still needs to walk the customer down a path on the site as soon as they hit it, or guide them down it to be able to make a decision that they need to on that end.
Okay. So along those lines, tell me how a website is going to really impact that first impression of the customer, and even more than that, how that may impact the business's credibility in that potential customer's mind.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about every time that you load up a site, whenever you go to, say, a restaurant website, right? If it takes you forever to find the information you need, you're going to pop to the next spot. If I can't see what the menu items look like, then I'm not going to make a decision if I want to go there. If I see ravioli and I don't see an image of it, and I'm going to go to some place that's going to show it to me on that end.
I mean, this is going to seem silly to you. Doesn't everyone already know that, though?
Yeah.
Well, why don't they do it then?
I think it's the time and the commitment put into it, right?
Okay.
So a lot of times whenever you do this stuff yourself, it's a lot of restructuring. You have to be able to push to different mobile devices, a computer, a TV, if you wanted to view it on that side, and then really structuring it out and taking the time to do the pictures themselves, right? So there's a lot of works in the background to be able to get the appropriate stuff on the site.
Okay, so the first thing is the merchant may not be doing all the work they need to do in order for it to be effective, and then the company they're with is. I mean, are they pushing him to do that and they're not doing it, or they're just saying, "We're going to put up whatever you want"?
You mean that by the agency?
Yeah, by the agency.
The freelancer? Yeah, I mean, they definitely probably try to get stuff on it, but if the owner doesn't push fast enough or hard enough on it to themselves, then it's not going to get done.
Not going to happen.
The owners are business in the day-to-day, right? You really have to walk them down this path to be able to get what they're wanting just by having the conversation with them and showing it to them for approval.
Well, I love this negative aspect of this conversation. So let's talk more about what you see as clients before you take them over. What kind of mistakes that they're making that's actually may not only not drawing people in, but could be driving potential customers away.
With the design side?
Yes.
Yep. Having stuff too small on the site, right? So if it's not mobile friendly and you have to pull and pinch every time that you be able to find information. If you're sitting there and the site has any types of shaking or it's not updated right, you have the ability to view the site without having all those issues on it. That's another mistake that a lot of sites I see on that portion. And again, the design itself is supposed to display information for you to find it quickly. A lot of times what I find when I'm viewing these sites, I can never really find exactly what I'm looking for in a quick amount of time too. So that's the first thing that I bring up with them when we're having conversations.
Gotcha. Can't find what you're looking for. I want to go back to what you said earlier on the pulling and pinching. I'll be looking for something. I'll go to a site that is not mobilely optimized, right? And I fall in the same trap every time. Because it'll be, I think it's where I want to be, right?
Yeah.
And I'll do the pulling and pinching. It's the same in vain exercise every time. And after a while, after I get tired of wasting my time, I'll go to another site. But I fall for it every time.
Mm-hmm.
But the outcome's the same. I don't buy from that company.
No, and sometimes when you pinch and pull like that, you can't even get out of the website because you have to pinch and pull to get out of it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Then you got to close your browser and start over.
Yeah. So then you're super frustrated. You'll never go back to that website. You'll have a bad experience, even if they fix it down the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first impressions definitely matter.
Yeah, I didn't think about that too. And I know you deal with predominantly businesses that are serving a local community. I mean, that's reputational damage, right? I mean, if you can't get your mobile website right, what else are you not doing right in your business?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, it's just your first impression plus anybody that even talks about it, right? They're still not going to even refer their friends to it because they know they're going to have the same experience as well, right? So
yeah.
Same thing with oil change shops or restaurants or landscapers, right? Word of mouth can still be with them sending your site over to them as well.
Yes. Yes. So let's go back to design. You talked about that earlier. What are some big design errors and mistakes that you see in websites that you're looking at?
Besides for pinching, pulling, right? Mobile first is a big issue that we see a lot of it. Being able to find the information is a big one too, right? So your navigation of your site has to be properly set up. One thing that kind of bugs me as well that I see, especially in the navigation part, digging into that a little bit, is it doesn't follow them around. What I mean by that is when you're scrolling through it, even if you want to move from page to page, if there's no clear call to actions in those sections, you have to scroll all the way back to the top, then you have to click it, then you have to move into it. Some websites, if they're not mobile friendly, which is where 90% of your traffic usually comes from anyways, don't even have what we call as like the hamburger menu at the top where those 3 lines are, right? So then you really have to sit and pull and find out wherever the site is. And again, by the time you do any of that effort, they're on to the next.
So let's dive into this call to actions. What are some of your favorite methods that you employ for effective call to actions on a website?
Yeah. So definitely having some kind of floating button, right, that follows them around so they can make a decision. So for your landscapers, it says get a free quote. For your restaurants, it's seeing the menu, right, order online. We love to build personalization rules in the sites too, so you can do quite a few things than just present information. So if someone's on, say, a specific service page, after 15, 20 seconds, we want to have some kind of pop-up that comes to them. Could be a banner, could be a pop-up, could be a video, could be a quote form that kind of prompts them to enter their information from that side. And you'd be surprised how many people enter it whenever you prompt them. But whenever you don't, then what they do is they swipe out and they'll go to a different site, and then they'll just keep window shopping between the two, right?
Gotcha.
Another thing with design is being able to do like localization rules. So can we give someone a personalized message within the site as soon as they hit a radius around the business? So you can actually do that in sites nowadays, and we love doing that and being able to present offers to come in for $5 off an appetizer or $10 off a Valvoline oil change or whatever makes sense for the merchant to do.
I didn't know that technology was available.
Yeah.
So don't let me take you in too deep water here. How are you accomplishing that?
Yeah, that's been around for quite a while.
Well, thanks for that.
It's just based off IP address, and you draw a map around the business. Yeah.
Okay. Any first year digital person should know that, shouldn't they?
Hopefully.
So I want to take you slightly off topic here. I hear lots of complaints from merchants about abandoned shopping carts and converting those visitors into clients. And then I've heard some talk about how fast your website is, your load speeds. Give me your opinion around how those things play together.
Yeah, the stats say you have between 3 to 5 seconds to capture someone's attention. So I believe it sits around that too, right? Because when you think about the times that you click on a site and it takes forever to load, I'm not giving it more than 5-6 seconds personally before I hop to the next site. Because again, you're just trying to present them with the information that they want right away. And a lot of times too, you see, I keep going back to restaurants, right? But the way that I look and for a restaurant to go to, I research it quite a bit through TikTok, through social media, through looking at how far away it is from me. And I'm trying to find what the meal looks like or make a decision if I'm going to go there. But if I can't find it, As soon as the site loads, very quick, get to it, the menu page or wherever I want to be, then I'm bouncing to the next place that has that specific meal that I'm interested in for that night.
Okay.
So page speed is a big part of the site.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So I'm going to throw you a hypothetical here. Last question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you become a partner in a new business today. I'm not even going to tell you the industry. What are you going to look at and what kind of changes are you going to make on their website on day one?
Yep. Day one is definitely making sure it's on the proper platform, right? It has the proper scalability within hosting. So if I spend a bunch of money on advertising, can the website handle it? So that's part of the performance, right?
Right.
The design, again, I want to be able to find the information I want very quickly and think of how my customers are going to be viewing it. And then I'm going to be building those personalization rules into it as well. So another thing that we like to do too is summarize the entire site into the homepage. So for design, I forgot to mention that earlier, is you want to be able to push them from the homepage to the spots that they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the first immediate things that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to, on the back end, I'm going to start studying what words we're ranking for. I'm going to start taking a look at
for your organic SEO.
Yep, for organic SEO, and then be able to take a look and see, are we growing every single month? Do we need to add page adjustments to it? Is everything as far as like a site audit going well? And taking a look at that on a monthly basis.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, Austin, I appreciate it. I'd love to have you back for episode 2 of this series on e-commerce best practices.
Yeah.
You said okay before. You haven't changed your mind now on me, have you?
Nope.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate everyone tuning in today. That's it for today's Get Your Mind Right. For Austin Hoffman, I'm John Johnson. See you next time on Get Your Mind Right.